Hi guys, my name is Wigan. Welcome back to my corner of the interwebs. Today I'm here to talk about books. And 9 of the series on Booktube that I haven't read, not 9 of the series on Booktube, 9 series that are popular on Booktube that I haven't read. These are books that I want to read, but something always happens, like I hit a reading slump or I'm reading another series or just they intimidate me. So I have all these books, so you know how serious I am about wanting to read them. Originally this was going to be a 2-part thing, where I had one that was books I want to read that are popular, and the other is series that I have no interest in or that I've started and that I have no interest in finishing. But then I remembered that I have like 40 subscribers and I'm not willing to lose them just yet by offending anyone's reading taste. So you can see some of my books are missing from my shelf, so those are probably going to be the ones I'm talking about today. I'm not going to do these in any order because, like always, I'm a mess and everything's just stacked up next to me. So let's just jump into this batch of books that I want to read. And the first one, this is like all of these books are like Booktube sins that I haven't read, and especially when you have anniversary editions. The first one is the Kingkiller Chronicles by Patrick Rothfuss. Like, how pretty. I've always been like, I want to read it, and then I saw this and I was like, I need to get it. And I keep on reading this book off because it's 2 reasons. One, it is intimidating AF. Actually, 722 pages. It's not as intimidating as I thought it was. It looks intimidating AF, and there's a second book that's just as big, and there's no third book. And I hate not being able to finish a series, but I need to read this. I want to read it soon. I can't be the only person that hasn't read this. If you haven't read it, please read this with me, because I know I want to read it. I know I'm going to like it. I haven't started it. So that is the first book that everybody has read that is really popular on Booktube that I haven't read. The other one is also a collector's edition and also a sin for not having read. Can you tell what it is? It's 6 of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. Another one, not only do I have a copy of it, but I made sure to get the collector's edition of it. And I have read nothing but good things about this book. And I don't really like heist stories, so I've always been like, meh. But after hearing everybody just gush about it, especially I think Cindy the Reader, I think that's what her channel is called. You know who Cindy is. Especially since she essentially like cried when she was reading this, and I adore her. I need to just get off my high horse, except that it's gonna be awesome and read this, and I want to read it, which is why like 2 weeks ago I went out, I ordered this from Book Depository, and here it is. So I need to jump on that. Ooh, no, I almost picked up a book, but I definitely want to save that one for last. Focus. Don't you love glare? Let me try to work this out a bit. Technical difficulty, whatever. It is what it is. I'm on my phone, guys. Cut me some slack. And have a teeny voice. You know what my dilemma is? So the next bunch of books, I think these are all series. Yeah, I think everything is a series. The next book is, or the next series is the Remnant Chronicles. So I've heard that it starts off like very cheesy and tropey, but then as you progress through the trilogy, it gets amazing. This is like older on Booktube, like no one's gushing about this right now, but I think this is another one that everybody but me has read. I have all 3 books, thank you Book Outlet, and they all just sit there on my shelves, mocking me, waiting to be read, and teasing me for not having read them. And I know this is another one, like I know I'm gonna like all these books, and I don't have an excuse for not reading them, except I go to the bookstore and I buy another book instead, and then I read that one. Okay, that's still not an excuse. That's bad. That's bad. Another one is, I don't know what the series is called. I guess it's called the Fallen Kingdom series by Morgan Rhodes. Ooh, Julie Kagawa blurbed this, and I just read Julie Kagawa for the first time. Going off on a tangent, but I just read her for the first time and I love her. So if she likes this, and if everyone on Booktube likes this, except me, because I haven't read it, I need to read this. This is another one. I own every book in the series because Book Outlet and because library sales, so I own them all. I have no reason to not read them, except I'm being a pansy, and I just keep putting it off because I'm reading something else. I'll be back. The next book I got because one of the first Booktube channels I found was Sasha, and she's obsessed with Outlander, and I hadn't even watched the show Outlander until like 2 months ago, at which point I lost an entire week of my life catching up to that show, and now I'm obsessed. but I must have gotten this book 3 years ago. This is the first in the Outlander series by Diana Gabaldon, and I don't know why I haven't read it. I like the show. I just, like, I want to read it in winter, and I live in Florida, so there is no winter. That is literally the excuse that I tell myself why I haven't read this book. Like, no, I want to read it, like, around Christmas time when it's snowing. I've never even seen snow. I'm never going to read this when it's snowing. I'm just going to read it. I need to read it. It needs to get done. At least the first book. Like, come on, Megan. What are you doing? What are you doing with your life? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. We all know what Outlander's about. It's, she travels back in time to Scotland, but then she just bounces around time, and I'm just like, I love the show. I know I'm going to love the books. But I guess also because it's romance, and romance really ain't my thing. But it's fantasy romance. Just like The Kiss of Deception, like that's like fantasy glare. That's like fantasy romance. The sun is not my friend. Meh. But yeah, so I just need to jump on this book series. I need to jump on all these book series. I'm just gonna bring the whole stack up here. Once again, I'm gonna interrupt myself and apologize because I know you have to turn your volume way up to hear me. I have a teeny tiny voice, guys, and I'm working on it. I really am. I just don't want to like yell because I don't like it when people yell, and I don't think anyone likes getting yelled at, but I'm working on projecting. I'm very shy. Cut me some slack because I haven't read. I mentioned this in my October wrap-up if you watched that, but I have never read V.E. Schwab until last month when I read City of Ghosts. I have no interest in reading Vicious. Sorry. I just don't. It doesn't seem like something that interests me, but I am interested in, look, another collector's edition. Why can't I just buy the regular ones? On the bright side, I did get this from Book Outlet, so I didn't pay the $26 for it. But yeah, I've never even opened this. I've never even opened it. I didn't know this had fan art. I didn't know this was signed. I didn't know any of this. What? What's going on here? This shows you how dedicated I am to the series. I've never even read this. I've never opened this book. Okay, so like I'm a terrible person, and I just need to read this because all of these are Booktube sins, and I need to get on it. And this one I'm interested to read. Unlike Vicious, I'm interested in seeing the different Londons and the magic system that's going on here. But wow, I'm so terrible for not having picked this up. Wow. But that's another one. And I think I have 3 more series and 1 standalone. The standalone I don't own, and I'm not super psyched to read it. Should I just get the standalone now? It's all the way over there. I don't want to get up. I'll just put a picture. So the standalone that I haven't read is I haven't read The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and I do want to read it. I know I want to read it because I walked to the library, requested it from my library, and brought it home, and I read like the first 2 pages, and then I started reading My Lady Jane instead because I suck. So yeah, I want to read it, like I really do, but it's not my style of book to read. I really just kind of want to read it because everybody just seems to be crazy about it. And I know that's not the right reason to read something, but I like recommendations at the same time. So I just need to see if I'm willing to spend like the 2 days it's going to take me to read that book because I know it's not my reading style, but I still kind of want to check it out. So that's number 7, 6. Let's keep going. I haven't read Strange Dreamer. It's upside down. I haven't read Strange Dreamer. And now that Muse of Nightmares is out, I have no excuse. I'm planning on reading this at the end of this month and reading Muse of Nightmares at the beginning of December. I'll say it again. If you want to read this with me, because you're one of the only 5 people on earth that haven't read it, then hit me up in the comments or on Instagram and be like, yo, Megan, I want to read Strange Dreamer too. Let's read it together, and we'll work something out where we can buddy read this or something. Because I want to jump on that bandwagon. I want to read it too. This one isn't really super popular on like typical Booktube, but in like the fantasy Booktube it's really big, and that is John Gwynn's The Faithful and the Fallen series. I have the first book, and this is a series that I haven't started just because I'm intimidated. Like this is intimidating. And all the books are this big. And I like big books. I don't know why I'm intimidated by it. It's not like, I'm thinking they're like 1,000 pages. And they're like 600, 700 pages. Floppy. But, like, I don't know, I haven't read it. If you've read this, tell me to read it. If you haven't read this, tell me to read it, because I bought it. And if I'm not going to read it, I need to get rid of it. And I don't want to get rid of this. Like, I want all the series. I want to read it. I want to read the second series. He's just starting now. And I don't know, like, what's wrong with me? Why can't I just pick up a book and read it? Why do I always get distracted by other books? Speaking of, if you saw my room right now, it is just books everywhere. There was an explosion of hardbacks, and it's ridiculous. Have you ever seen, like, in V for Vendetta, that room that's just books? Like, I'm bordering on that. Not complaining, but it's a disaster. Anyway, the last book series that I haven't read, that I want to read, that I have an anniversary edition of. I haven't read Harry Potter. I haven't watched a single Harry Potter movie. I know I'm a Ravenclaw because I took the test, but I never read Harry Potter, never seen a Harry Potter movie. I have an awesome edition. I have the second book, the anniversary edition, coming in the mail in a couple days from Book Depository, but I've never read it. In my defense, I'm a lot older than the average booktuber. I'm saying the average booktuber. I'm like, you might be my age, and I don't know, but the average booktuber is like 5 to 10 years younger than me. And so when Harry Potter came out, it was like appropriate for them to read it. But when everybody was reading Harry Potter, including people in my classes, I was reading like much older, more mature books, and I didn't want to backtrack and read middle grade. So I was just like, oh, I don't care. And I really feel like I missed the train on this one. Like, I'm kind of sad that I don't have that nostalgia when I'd be reading it. I'm kind of sad that I didn't grow up reading Harry Potter. Like, I kind of missed the train on this one, and I'm sad about it because I want to be like a Harry Potter head too. But I'm just not. And I'm starting this in December because everybody says it's the perfect time to read it, just like Outlander. But I don't have winter, so it doesn't matter. But apologies. Please keep in mind that all of these books are books that I'm intending to read and books that I want to, like, I'm gonna knock these series out soon. I'm gonna try to refrain from buying 20 books a month just so I can at least knock down some of these series. Some of them I'm planning on reading in the next couple months. So don't hate me because I haven't read Harry Potter. Don't hate me because I've never read V.E. Schwab. We all have our thing. We all have our thing. So I think that's everything. Those are the books that I have not read that are Booktube sins. And that's all I got for you today. I got no cat today because he's sleeping on a stack of books because he's cute. I'm gonna go because, like always, there's food in the other room and I'm way more interested in the food than sitting here anymore. So I'm gonna go eat. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Please drop me a like if you wasted your time watching this video, and hit me up in the comments if you haven't read any of these series or you have one of these series that I should like get to, like me, and just do it, and you know, just give me your thoughts and your feedback, and I appreciate it. Thanks for watching again, guys. I'll see you next time. I'm gonna go eat some food now and finish my Lady Jane, so thanks, bye.